Dear Starseed, something in you already knows that you affect the world around you in ways others don't fully understand. Not because you've been told, but because you've felt it. A room shifts when you walk in. A conversation changes direction the moment your mood does. People feel you before you speak. I am Azuron, a representative of the High Council of Sirius, and I want you to hear this clearly. What you carry is not a burden, and it is not a flaw. It is a precision instrument. And like all precision instruments, it responds to the steadiness of the hand that holds it. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly what this energetic ability is, how it has been quietly shaping everything around you, and why learning to work with it consciously is the most important thing you can do right now. Every starseed who reaches this stage of awareness passes through a moment of recognition, when the connection between their inner state and their outer reality becomes impossible to ignore. You may have noticed that when you are unsettled, things around you become unsettled too. When you are clear, clarity seems to arrive in your environment almost ahead of you. This is not coincidence. This is the nature of what you carry. The waters of Sirius teach us that a still surface reflects truth perfectly. A disturbed one scatters the light. What the ancient builders by the Nile understood and encoded in stone for those who would one day remember is that the most powerful force in any field is not force at all. It is alignment. You did not find this message by chance. Something inside you recognized that it was time to understand what you are holding and how to hold it well. Stay with me, dear one. What comes next is not a warning, it is a gift, and I'm grateful you're here with me now. If you've ever walked into a room and felt the mood hit you like a wave, a physical sensation of the energetic atmosphere washing over you, penetrating your own field before you even register it intellectually. If someone else's tension, unseen but palpable, becomes a visceral storm in your chest, tightening your muscles and quickening your breath as if their anxiety were your own, or if a stranger's unspoken grief lands like a heavy stone in your throat, a lump of unshed tears before a single word is ever exchanged, this profound, almost telepathic sensitivity isn't weakness. It is not some deficit in your being, a sign that you are too much for this world or too fragile to navigate its complexities. It is most certainly not a flaw you need to fix, to diminish, or to desensitize yourself from. Instead, understand that it is a rare and extraordinary kind of sensitivity that behaves less like a personal, chaotic emotion and more like an exquisitely calibrated instrument. For many of you resonating with this truth, it is the unmistakable signature of your Sirian lineage, an energetic tool of divine design, precisely engineered to read, to gently soften, and ultimately to repattern the subtle energetic currents around you. This influence operates without the need for force, without any outward performance, without a single argument or the burden of needing to convince anyone else of what you intrinsically know to be true in your heart. You were not sent here, into this dense vibrational field, to be hardened by its friction, to build impenetrable walls around your delicate core. No, your soul's mandate was far more refined, far more sacred. You came here to become exquisitely precise in your discernment and your energetic application. Because there exists a difference, a quiet, subtle distinction, yet one that is utterly life-changing in its implications, between merely being open and being utterly porous. To be open is to be receptive, with conscious awareness, like a window allowing light in while still maintaining its frame. To be porous, however, is to be a sieve, unconsciously absorbing every stray emotion, every shadow, every thought form that drifts into your vicinity, without discrimination. And right now, what has been happening deep inside your being, manifesting as moments of intense emotional fluctuation, periods of overwhelming sensation, or even questioning your own mental state, is not instability. It is not a sign of your breaking down. It is, in fact, a meticulous process of calibration, a divine attunement of your entire energetic system. Your instrument is being finely tuned to a higher vibrational bandwidth, preparing it for its true purpose. The reason this intricate process has felt so profoundly confusing, so disorienting at times, is precisely because your unique gift doesn't activate like a bright, incandescent light that simply switches on all at once, illuminating everything in an instant. No, its awakening is far more organic, more patient, unfolding in a manner akin to how a dormant river awakens in the breathtaking embrace of spring. First, there are the initial, almost imperceptible cracks in the surface ice, the subtle shifts and tremors that precede the grand thawing, hinting at a change from within. Then comes the initial rush of cold, liberated water, often turbulent, overwhelming and powerful, as the river remembers its ancient flow, carving new paths or deepening old ones with a force that can feel disorienting. Finally, this powerful surge settles into a steady, unwavering current, finding its ancient rhythm, a profound sense of purpose as it remembers its inevitable, sacred way to the vast, encompassing sea. Each stage is necessary, each holds its own lessons, and each brings you closer to the full expression of your true, energetic nature. When you are blessed with a sensitivity of this magnitude, life can often feel profoundly unfair, like playing a game with a hidden handicap. You can diligently do everything right. You can adhere to the most disciplined routines of self-care, engage in consistent meditation, prioritize restful sleep, nourish your body with the purest foods, diligently practice mindfulness, and consciously curate a positive external environment. And yet, despite all these efforts, you can still find yourself feeling inexplicably exhausted, drained to your core. You might wake up in the morning carrying a profound heaviness, a melancholic weight, or a vague sense of unease that utterly fails to match the objective circumstances of your own life, leaving you bewildered and frustrated. And this, precisely, is the insidious pattern that keeps so many Sirian starseeds feeling deeply lost, perpetually out of sync with their surroundings. You mistakenly assume that this profound sensitivity, this exquisite attunement to subtle energies, is a personal flaw, a vulnerability, or an inherent problem within your own being that needs to be suppressed or overcome. When, in truth, it is actually a highly evolved environmental skill, a sophisticated energetic radar system. Your body, with its innate wisdom and profound connection to the universal grid, reads the room, senses the undercurrents, and registers the collective emotional landscape long before your conscious mind even begins to process a single logical thought. Your heart, that sacred chamber of pure feeling, intuitively translates the unspoken narratives, the hidden emotions, and the concealed truths that lie beneath the surface of conversation. And your finely tuned nervous system, acting as an advanced energetic antenna, catches and registers precisely what others vehemently deny, what they suppress, or what they simply lack the capacity to perceive. This deep-seated misunderstanding has led you to spend countless years, perhaps even decades, trying desperately to protect yourself from your own innate nature, from the very essence of who you are. You've expended immense energy trying to shut doors that your soul purposefully built, attempting to seal off conduits of perception that were designed to remain open for your sacred work. But understand this profound truth. The ache you've consistently felt, the deep longing, the periodic overwhelm, the sense of being an outsider looking in, is not, and never was, proof that you are broken or fundamentally flawed. It is unequivocally proof that you are exquisitely built for depth, for profound connection, and for an energetic capacity that transcends ordinary perception. There exists an ancient, profound wisdom encoded in the very fabric of existence long before the magnificent temples of Egypt first rose, shimmering from the golden sands, a wisdom that permeated the consciousness of the ancient builders by the sacred Nile. This wisdom taught them something elegantly simple, yet utterly transformative: that the most powerful forces in the universe are not the loud, boisterous, or overtly aggressive ones. No, they are the subtle, persistent, and often imperceptible ones, the relentless, gentle caress of water shaping and smoothing the hardest stone over eons, the quiet, rhythmic breath shaping frequency within the body, influencing every cell and every thought, the silent yet potent force of conscious presence shaping outcome, shifting probabilities without a single word. That, beloved soul, is precisely who you are. Your exquisite sensitivity is not a random personality trait, a quirk of your genetics, or a mere happenstance. It is an intrinsic, foundational component of your inner architecture, a masterpiece of sacred geometry in motion, an unfolding blueprint of divine design. And lately, perhaps more intensely than ever before, the intricate energetic patterns within you have been undergoing a profound realignment, recalibrating to a higher octave of truth. This is why your old coping mechanisms, those familiar strategies you once relied upon for comfort or distraction, are no longer working, often feeling utterly ineffective or even counterproductive. This is why the once seemingly viable approach of numb it and push through now costs you far more energetic currency than it ever did, leaving you depleted rather than resilient. Your entire system is now, with divine insistence, asking for mastery. But let us be clear about the nature of this mastery. It is not mastery as control, not an attempt to dominate or suppress your feelings, to erect walls against the incoming tides of energy. Rather, it is mastery as stewardship, the conscious, loving, and responsible custodianship of your profound gift, an intelligent guidance of its flow and expression. Because when you do not yet know how to consciously hold and direct this powerful gift, you inevitably absorb everything that enters your field, becoming an energetic sponge for the collective. But when you awaken to the wisdom of how to consciously hold it, how to direct its flow with intention and discernment, you unlock the profound capacity to influence everything around you, not through force, but through vibrational resonance. And yes, this journey of awakening has undoubtedly come hand in hand with hard, often bewildering experiences. You have shed tears over things you couldn't possibly name, a grief or sorrow that felt ancient and collective, lacking any discernible personal source. You have felt inexplicably off, experiencing periods of profound unease or energetic imbalance for no visible logical reason, despite your best efforts to maintain equilibrium. You have, quite naturally, questioned your own stability, your sanity, your very place in a world that often seems oblivious to the truths you perceive. But understand this: with the deepest compassion for yourself, those moments of confusion, overwhelm, and despair were not failures. They were not signs of brokenness. They were, in the truest spiritual sense, profound and necessary training. Consider the formation of a pearl, a luminous testament to refinement. It forms under immense pressure in the profound darkness of the ocean's depths, amidst irritation and discomfort. Not because the ocean is cruel or arbitrary, but because that is precisely the alchemical process through which refinement, resilience, and radiant beauty happen. And what you are meticulously refining through your own deep inner work is your exquisite ability to remain clear, to maintain your luminous inner core while gracefully moving through the turbulent, unpredictable weather of other people's emotions, their thoughts, and their energetic states. Some of the deepest, most transformative healing you seek will not come through intellectual understanding or even through words alone. It comes through water, If something stirred within you just now, a subtle recognition, a deep resonance that vibrated through your being, then you may be ready to receive the Sirian Water Codes. This powerful guide carries sacred techniques, meticulously channeled from the ethereal waters of Sirius itself, including potent clearing baths, expansive breathing practices, profound sound activations, and powerful protection rituals, all specifically designed for starseeds who have always felt an inexplicable magnetic call from the depths of the ocean. The link to access this transformative guide is in the first pinned comment below. But please be aware, this profound offering is available only for a limited time. Now let the path ahead become simple. Not necessarily easy, for profound transformation often demands our full presence and courage, but simple in its clarity of direction and its foundational principles. It is akin to learning how to stand firmly in the powerful current of a river, feeling its immense force, yet remaining completely rooted and centered within yourself, without being swept away by it. First, there is the crucial moment you begin to recognize the fog. For a significant period, perhaps even years, things have felt profoundly unclear within you, like attempting to see through deep, turbulent water, where shapes are indistinct and the path ahead is obscured. You may have labeled this pervasive internal state as confusion, a persistent mental haze, or perhaps a creeping sense of anxiety that clung to you without a clear source. But understand that this fog is not a sign that something is inherently wrong with you or that you are losing your way. It is, in fact, the entirely natural, albeit sometimes uncomfortable, precursor to profound change. It is what happens when old calcified patterns of belief, stagnant emotional energies, and outmoded ways of being begin their slow, irreversible process of dissolving. The water, beloved soul, inevitably has to turn murky, stirring up all the sediment and debris from the depths before it can possibly clear into pristine clarity. You are not lost, adrift in an unknown ocean. You are simply transitioning, moving through a crucial portal of energetic metamorphosis. And if you have been relentlessly blaming yourself, silently or overtly, for not having it together, for feeling disorganized or unmoored, please gently soften your grip. Extend radical compassion to your own being. This, precisely, is what it looks and feels like when your entire energetic system, in its profound wisdom, finally stops pretending to be something it is not, when it sheds the masks of conformity and begins its authentic emergence. Then, after the initial stirring of the fog, something far deeper begins to surface within your consciousness: the blueprint. This is the moment when you start to intuit that there is vastly more encoded inside you, more ancient wisdom, more cosmic memory, more profound purpose than anything you were ever taught or conditioned to believe in this current lifetime. A Sirian sensitivity, you see, isn't just a simple surface-level empathy. It is a profound resonance. It is the exquisite, crystalline ability to feel the very shape of truth, to perceive its vibrational pattern and inherent integrity long before any logical words arrive to articulate it, before any external evidence can confirm it. You are not broken, desperately searching for missing pieces or external answers to make yourself whole. No, you are already whole. And in this sacred phase, you are simply beginning to remember. And this remembering, this profound reconnection to your soul's origin and purpose, often starts quietly, gently, like a whispered promise in the wind. It might manifest as an undeniable magnetic pull toward the vastness of the ocean, a profound sense of homecoming near its boundless expanse. It could be an inexplicable longing for the cleansing, replenishing touch of rain, feeling its drops as ancient tears of release. Perhaps you find an uncanny, deep peace near flowing rivers, a sense of timeless connection to their ceaseless journey. Or it might simply be a recurring, powerful feeling that water, in all its forms, understands you in a way that people, with all their complexities and limitations, sometimes cannot. This is your blueprint awakening, resonating with its native element. After that initial, often exhilarating yet sometimes overwhelming, recognition of your blueprint, comes a crucial phase that many sensitive souls profoundly misunderstand and often resist: stillness. In this stage, it can feel as if absolutely nothing is moving forward. You might experience a frustrating sense of being stalled, stuck in an energetic holding pattern, perceiving no discernible progress. You might impatiently wonder why your path isn't clearer by now, why the answers aren't manifesting, why your life isn't unfolding with greater ease. But understand this fundamental truth: stillness is not stalling. It is not an indication of failure or lack of momentum. It is, in its profound essence, anchoring. It is the necessary, sacred process of rooting yourself deeply, solidifying your energetic field, and integrating all the new awareness, the subtle shifts, and the profound understandings you have already received. Imagine a mighty river, after carving its way through challenging terrains, widening gracefully into a vast, calm, and reflective pool. It pauses there not idly, but to gather its strength, to deepen its essence, to stabilize all it has collected and processed, before it can powerfully and purposefully find its next passage through the formidable mountains. In the same way, your energy stabilizes what it has already received, integrating new frequencies and insights before it can consciously and safely hold what comes next, what lies beyond this current threshold. If you find yourself in this period of quietude, of seeming inaction, know deeply that you are not failing. You are precisely where you need to be. You are integrating, weaving the threads of your awakening into the tapestry of your being, preparing for the next magnificent surge forward. Then, having anchored and integrated, you begin to notice the current, the subtle yet undeniable shifts in the energetic tides, both within and around you. This is the magnificent phase when your refined frequency, your very vibrational signature, naturally and effortlessly starts shifting the world around you, not through conscious effort or manipulation, but through resonance. You will observe that certain conversations, once tolerable or even engaging, now feel inexplicably louder than they used to, almost jarringly discordant, demanding more energy than you are willing to expend. Some people, previously familiar or even beloved companions, suddenly feel profoundly draining to your energetic field, their presence leaving you depleted rather than uplifted, and certain places, once comfortable or even cherished, feel as if they simply don't fit anymore, their energy no longer aligning with your elevated vibration. This isn't you becoming difficult, moody, or overly sensitive in a negative sense. No, this is you becoming profoundly accurate, your energetic discernment reaching a new level of precision. When one powerful current, your own evolving frequency, changes its direction with certainty and grace, everything downstream is naturally and inevitably affected. You will find you don't need to loudly announce your transformation, to justify your new boundaries, or to explain your shifts to anyone. You are already effortlessly transmitting it. The souls who are genuinely meant to resonate with your new, higher frequency will find you naturally, drawn by an invisible energetic magnetism. And the ones whose paths no longer align with yours will gently, almost imperceptibly, drift away, without you needing to fight the tide, to hold on, or to exert any force whatsoever. This is the elegance of energetic alignment. And then comes the part that can feel exquisitely tender yet profoundly liberating: release. This is the sacred threshold where you consciously and compassionately stop carrying what was never truly yours to bear in the first place. This includes the heavy burden of antiquated beliefs about who you should be, narratives imposed upon you by society, family, or even past versions of yourself. It means gently laying down the weight of expectations meticulously laid upon you by people who, perhaps unconsciously, benefited from your self-abandonment, from your tendency to prioritize their needs above your own. And it certainly means consciously releasing the immense emotional weight you have absorbed throughout your life, simply because you were sensitive enough to notice and feel what no one else would acknowledge, hold, or process. But now, hear this truth echoing in the depths of your soul. You have absolute divine permission to set it all down. Release it. The river, in its profound wisdom, doesn't cling to every single stone or piece of debris it encounters along its journey. It allows them to sink, to settle, to find their own place of rest. And then, with an inherent knowing of its purpose, it keeps flowing, unburdened and free. If you have been harboring a deep-seated fear that letting go of these burdens, these old patterns of service and absorption, will somehow make you selfish, cold, or uncaring, hear this clearly and unequivocally. Your profound sensitivity was never, ever meant to be used as a punishment, a curse, or a burden to be carried. It was meant to be used always as medicine for yourself and through your healed presence for the world around you. Then comes timing, a profound and often challenging aspect of healing, especially for Sirian souls who embody a deep connection to cosmic rhythms and ancient knowledge. You may have spent much of your life believing you are somehow behind, perpetually lagging in some invisible race. You may frequently look at others, observing their seemingly clearer paths, their smoother progressions, and wonder why your own awakening feels so complex, so meandering, so filled with perceived delays. But hold this truth close. Your awakening, your profound journey of remembering and becoming, was never behind schedule. It operates on a timeline far grander and more intricate than the linear perceptions of this earthly dimension. The majestic tide, with its ancient wisdom, doesn't rush. It doesn't fret about deadlines or compare itself to other waves. But with an unwavering certainty, it always arrives, precisely when it is meant to, bringing with it the exact conditions for its profound impact. What you mistakenly perceived as frustrating delays, as moments of stagnation or detours, were in fact meticulous refinements, sacred pauses designed to teach you invaluable lessons. They taught you deeper discernment, allowing you to intuitively distinguish between what is truly yours and what is not. They taught you how to establish clear, loving boundaries that do not require anger, confrontation, or forceful exertion, but rather emanate from a place of inner knowing and self-respect. And most powerfully, they taught you how to remain profoundly open to the world, to love, to connection, without being completely emptied or drained in the process. And finally, through all these stages of surrender, integration, and refinement, you step into conscious influence. This is the profound culmination of your journey, where your exquisite gift ceases to feel like a chaotic, overwhelming flood, an untamed torrent of sensation that threatens to drown you. Instead, it transforms into a clear, crystalline stream, a precise, channeled current of energetic wisdom. In this empowered state, you learn, with remarkable clarity, the vital difference between the raw, indiscriminate experience of "I feel everything" and the refined, discerning wisdom of "I know what is mine." You consciously stop chasing environments, relationships, and situations that constantly trigger your deepest wounds, exhaust your energy, or force you into patterns of self-abandonment. Instead, you begin to cultivate and consciously become an environment of profound calm, an anchor of peace that soothes and uplifts others, all without ever losing yourself in the process, without sacrificing your own energetic integrity. This, beloved soul, is where your sensitivity transcends mere sensation and truly becomes an art. It manifests as a gentle yet powerful presence that subtly shifts the atmosphere wherever you go. It expresses itself as a precise, embodied emotional intelligence that understands the intricate nuances of the human heart without being entangled by them. And it radiates as a steady, unwavering frequency that brings clarity and harmony to all who encounter it. And this, woven beneath the tapestry of every single experience you've lived through, every tear you've shed, every moment of triumph and challenge, is the fundamental truth. You were never too sensitive. This was a profound mislabeling, a misunderstanding of your innate design. You were simply untrained, unconsciously operating with a magnificent, multidimensional gift that the vast majority of people in this world do not possess or have not yet awakened to. And the myriad challenges you've faced throughout your journey, the overwhelming waves of emotion, the inexplicable tears, the sudden and debilitating exhaustion, the strange and disorienting energetic fluctuations, these were not in any way signs that you are fragile, broken, or fundamentally flawed. They were, in their purest spiritual interpretation, undeniable signs that your intricate system was diligently, painstakingly learning how to hold exponentially more light, more truth, more refined energy, without distortion, without crumbling under its own magnificent power. Remember the profound wisdom of water. It is powerful, not because it engages in forceful battle, not because it argues or asserts its dominance through aggression, but precisely because it persists. It does not engage in debate with the unyielding stone that obstructs its path. It simply continues its flow with a gentle yet relentless presence, and in doing so, over time, it lovingly, inevitably reshapes it. That, in its essence, is your divine design. When you consciously enter any space, whether physical or energetic, you do not merely detect the ambient energy. You are an active participant, an intricate part of the energetic exchange. You interact with it on a profound vibrational level. If you are operating unconsciously, unaware of your own energetic field and its boundaries, you will, by default, absorb it, taking on the frequencies of others as your own. But when you become conscious, fully present and aware of your magnificent gift, you have the profound ability to harmonize it, to bring dissonance back into vibrational alignment. And when you commit to becoming steady, unwavering, and clear inside yourself, cultivating that deep inner stillness, your very presence becomes like clean, pristine water. Others who encounter you will feel its refreshing clarity, and in that interaction, they will remember their own inherent clarity, their own pristine nature. You don't have to embark on a crusade to save anyone from their journey. You don't have to expend your precious energy carrying the burdens of others as if they were your own, and you certainly don't have to prove anything, your worth or your gifts, to anyone. Your most profound, most sacred work begins and renews with one simple yet deeply courageous choice, made again and again, in every moment, to consciously remain with yourself while you feel, to stay intimately connected to your own inner landscape, no matter the intensity of the external currents. To stay unshakable in your own majestic river. Tonight, if it resonates deeply with your soul, if it feels right and true in your heart, place your hand gently over your heart space. Breathe deeply into that sacred center and say quietly, with profound intention, I remember who I am. I trust the waters that carried me here. I am ready to hold my gift with love. And then, allow yourself to simply notice what changes, not necessarily outside of you first, for true transformation always begins within, but profoundly, beautifully, within your own being. The waters within you are clearing, releasing what no longer serves. The current, now aligned with your truest self, is powerfully and purposefully carrying you. And what once felt like overwhelming instability, like a constant state of energetic chaos, will steadily, gracefully, transform into profound harmony. Because you were never meant to be a destructive storm, unleashing chaos upon the world. You were meant to be a majestic tide with its rhythmic, powerful, and utterly transformative influence. Before you go, leave one word in the comments, just one, that describes what you felt during this message. Then find someone else's word and respond with encouragement. This isn't just a comment section. It's a space where starseeds recognize each other, and that recognition carries more power than you know. If something in this message touched you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you'd like to keep receiving these transmissions, subscribe. The waters of Sirius will carry us to the next one. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your space. And I'm grateful you were here.